All right, welcome back, everybody. All right, so here we're using the environment. Config. Okay. Kind of like throwing in here so we can see that where that's coming from. So we're gonna have, in your case, we have, here's the environment stuff. Okay, so there we go with that. What's next? Health check is next. Do I need to do the health check? I actually don't remember on if the Docker file and contains it. Your compose file can override the values set in the Docker file. Okay, so it's actually, I don't need to do that. None disables the health check and is mostly useful to disable the health check Docker file instruction set by the service's Docker image. Okay, so perfect. So I actually don't need the Docker file down here. I don't need the health check in the Docker file here because it already exists. And I don't want to do like a none in order to overwrite it. We're just going to accept it. It was exactly the same. Okay, ports is next. I should not use the word expose because that's actually a different command. So we want to link. What do they use? Of course they do. Of course they use expose. Oh, Fedora is having a little bit of trouble right now. Well, that's not good. Is it all of Fedora or is it all of the Red Hat stuff too? Because if it's all of Red Hat stuff, that would also take out Red Hat Enterprise and oh, what's the really minimal version of Red Hat that's sort of like the open source version of Red Hat? I used to use it. I don't remember what it's called anymore. But that would also be impacted. Profiles, okay. CentOS, that's what it is called. Yeah, CentOS. Okay. Yeah, so CentOS is the really basic, like think of it as the open source version of Red Hat Enterprise. Really pared down, really basic, almost nothing installed on it. You have to do a lot yourself. However, because of that, it's used a lot when you want something more stable than Fedora, but you don't want to pay for Red Hat Enterprise. CentOS is the way to go if you want to be in that ecosystem. However, I just got so tired of having to recompile everything to use it, because that's what you end up having to do with CentOS. Unless you want to just use ancient versions of every technology, because it takes forever for Red Hat to add packages, their package library. Okay, volumes are next. Or no, profiles. Okay. You know what? I changed my mind. I don't even want to talk about profiles. I don't think it's helpful. It's not really necessary for it's not necessary at all for just getting started and getting going with Docker. Like maybe I'll do another lesson and could add it to the course later with it, like if there's a demand for it. Okay, so volumes are next. Data permanency, maybe something like that. Viv, coffee drinker, hello. What, you've been here for a while. Keyboard cat, yeah, no, that's it. I keep on thinking that it's like your brand, like it's your first time today, because Twitch keeps on putting a square around your username because you're a subscriber, and I for some reason I think that's like first time chatting today. It's like no, it's just tricking my brain. Your compiler is working. It's the most limited thing ever, but it does compile. Great. That's awesome. Congratulations, Vivax. You can now write functions that take no arguments and return a const int. I mean, I think you should ship that and then claim it's a new version of functional programming. Kundan, hello. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. We're working on this Docker thing, which is always fun. You're from India, nice. Welcome from India. I mean, what more do you need than expose main U8 return 0? Exactly. See, you're done already. And then all of the applications that you want to write are just that. And if you put that out there, I'm sure that somebody could figure out how to write an actual program with that limitation. Like they'll just be like a bunch of weird stuff that they put in there that like it just all works together, and then maybe you stitch it together with bash scripts or something. Okay, so we want to map some of the volumes and containers so we have access to our code, express code servers, and allow data permanency. Is that even a word? Permanency. That does not look right at all. Data persistence. Okay, so for the express volume, It's not really however. Maybe the most generic way would be to build a message passing framework. I guess you could add that in, Vivax. A message passing framework. If you just have every function return 1, then can you build everything else you need that with just messages? You probably need some loops or something else too. Then you're on your way to like building the equivalent of like JS fuck, which is, or brain fuck. I can't remember, one of those two. Cool idea for an esoteric language. This is not there. Oh, okay, you want a real language that actually does real things. Fine. Actually meant to be useful. Okay. Hey, the two well, okay, I don't know about the brain fuck, but JS fuck is actually useful in a hacker sense. It's actually really good for attempting to gain access to like do weird stuff to people's code, because technically it's just JavaScript. Oh, Twitch ate one of your messages. It didn't show up in the auto mod queue, so I don't know where it went. But nice. Okay, so let's see, we got our volumes, and then is there anything in here? Oh, image. So where we have our build, let's put this up here. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, Vivex. Have a great rest of your night. Denise, hello. How are you doing today? It's interesting to see how YouTube reacts on you watching at 1.1x. Oh, so I'm guessing that you're slightly behind. Because I would imagine that when you catch up, it's gonna just drop you back into 1.0. That's always what's happened to me when I try to like run at like 2.0 or 1.5 and then I catch up. But yeah, let us know how it goes. Okay, so that's everything here. That's all of our stuff. Oh no, oh, interesting. There's some artifacting in the mic, like a background noise. Oh, is that happening to anybody else, either on YouTube or in Twitch? I'm not seeing anything weird in my OBS. But if anybody else is hearing it, I can unplug and replug in my mic. Oh, it also happens on Twitch. Okay, let me try resetting my mic. Okay, let's how about this? It's been on for a few streams. Oh, interesting. Yeah, nobody's mentioned that. So I'm not aware of that happening. Although I haven't gotten to the VODs to sort of like look through yet. So yeah, I haven't heard anything about that. Especially when it's quite calm. That's interesting. I wonder if it's picking up something. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a little bit disconcerting though. I wouldn't be happy with that. I do have another mic and I just haven't had a chance to set it up yet. So like someday I'll be able to get to my backlog of stuff that I want to do. Okay, so we can launch the... Okay, so unfortunately the depends on config that we set up won't work unless we add this option. This is one of the really unfortunate things about Docker Compose. I have no idea why they chose to do this. I would rather have had the opposite of a no wait, because it hits me a lot. I think it's hit a few of you all too. With the, okay, let's like wait until this condition is healthy, but then it just ignores that unless you put in a -- wait, which is like, what? But I told you. Okay, so I want to now run you. Okay, so there's a... What was our very last command? We did docker compose up. Okay, so... But I want to remove everything. So we want to go down. Let's RMI all. So like remove all the images too. Also remove the volumes for this. So like just completely reset everything. Oh, is resource still being used? Oh, resource still being used. Okay, hold on. We can... we need a docker... docker remove... Okay, there it goes. So that removes everything for us. So now this command will work again. And then the other thing that I was just thinking about is let's remove this predev from this. I kind of want to, instead of predev, we're going to add in a new command for us to run on. So we're going to have maybe like dev. Let's see what I want to do. I want this to be, because I tell everybody to do this with like dev, I want that to work normally up until this point. So we need a new command for it. So maybe this is going to be like docker dev, which is going to be the nodemon. Okay, so then we could do docker dev later when we get to that point. Oh, yeah. So now that we'll have to update the Docker. No, we can run the command to customize the command. Yes, that will be perfect. Perfect. To override that. Okay, so with you done, let's now restart you. So we're going to do a Docker compose up. Wait. When we try to run the app and get the tasks, the the table. Did I already do that? I think I already did that. So I want to do... Yeah, I think I already did like Control C, and so we want to do that. So if I remember correctly, it's just a simple command, right? Oh, I could do both ways. So we could just do this. So this is npm run docker dev. That's all I care about. And that's all we need to do. I can probably make the health check take a little bit less time. But I think it's okay. Let's also see if we can get it to spend a little bit less. Nope, not that. I want... Oh, gross. Ew. Okay, well that wasn't what I expected. Okay, hold on. So this should be a little bit smaller. Let's take it down again. And then I'll bring it back up, but maybe with this, it'll look a little bit better. Yeah, okay, so now we still have the created started. That's a little bit nicer than what we had before. Any second now. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Okay, so this is 242 lines long. Do I want to have an alternate? I think I want to have maybe alternate lessons for the watch thing. Plus, also, I kind of wanted to like switch over. So I think this is pretty much done here. So. All right, and that is it. Oh, okay. That was the longest one. But Docker Compose basically replaced most of everything else that we've done so far. It does feel like the entire point, like where in math they allow you to finally use a calculator when before you've been doing everything by hand. It's like, oh, this is so much easier. I like it. Okay, so this would, okay, so the next thing is, well, maybe before we even decide if we're doing anything else for this, I want to kind of try Docker Watch. It's relatively new. Because I remember an email from them like last year. I think it was just last year that it came out, right? So I want to try it and see if it actually does make things faster, which it's supposed to. So the problem, okay, so obviously the problem is that with something like Docker, when you're using a volume, it slows it down significantly. Docker Watch makes it so we don't have to have a volume at all. It basically is automatically adding things into our container and syncing things back and forth without having to use add. So therefore constantly rebuilding the image manually, but also not having to use a volume, which you gain a speed tax just by having that set up. So hopefully this is a better than both worlds type thing. I'm not sure. We're going to find out. However, we have an ad block starting in 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes or so. So this is a perfect time. It's been 2 hours pretty much. I need to get up and stretch around, walk around. I'm going to go grab a snack really quickly, and then I'll come back down and we'll figure out this Docker Watch thing. See if we want to add it into the course or not. I think I'm going to just start the ads early and then we'll go ahead and take that break. There we go. Okay, and then I will see the rest of you in a few minutes.